Hey everybody, welcome to One Flight Down Basement Beer Tastings. We're going to have some fun today, of course, because it's a beer tasting show. If I'm not having fun, then why the f*** am I doing this? Hey, look, I even put on my formal beer drinking shirt for you folks today, so you're welcome. Today we're going to look at the Nonsuch Brewing Company from right here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I've been kind of trying to figure out how to profile Nonsuch. I mean, when they first came on the scene, they were very much about the traditional, mostly Belgian but European styles of beer. Very focused on beers that would age well when they're bottled, that kind of thing. And then they kind of branched out into some different areas, and even started up a kind of a brewery within their brewery, in a sense, something called Vessel, which I decided we're going to focus on Vessel on my next episode. This episode, we're going to look at Nonsuch proper, and instead of doing the sort of traditional Nonsuch beers, I decided to go with a couple of the more exciting flavors they've put out recently in their cans. So let's let me get some glassware. I know I don't have the appropriate glassware. Apparently I only have inappropriate glassware. Get your minds out of the gutter. My glassware is fine. It's just I don't have anything with proper Nonsuch branding, so I got this. So first up, blueberry beers have been very popular the last couple of years. Kind of a trendy thing in the beer scene. So Nonsuch decided to get in on this, but they decided to give it a little bit of a twist. They did a blueberry ginger sour. They put this out, their first batch of it a couple months ago. Tried a couple back then. I haven't had one in a while. I know I'm pretty sure they put out a second batch of it. Like, I think it's still available. It's pretty popular. But let's pour some of this out and see what it's like. Yeah, I always expect these blueberry beers to be more blue, but I guess it's more like a purple in a way, like a deep red. It's a very nice color though. Oh wow. I've made fun of my sense of smell on this show before. This is just packed with odor. That doesn't sound packed with odor. Doesn't exactly sound inviting. But no, it's like you bring this to the nose and there's like the blueberries jumping right out at you. Yeah, it feels like I'm, I don't know, walking around a farmer's market or something. Yeah, that's a very strong blueberry smell to this. Let's give this a go. Wow, yeah, that our blueberry hits you like right away. A lot of time I find with some of the blueberry beers, some of them taste very kind of, I don't know, artificial. I don't really know how else to describe it. I find it's kind of hit and miss style. But the ginger finish on this is kind of nice. And that's where you notice the ginger. It's just kind of, it's that aftertaste. It's not a bad beer at all. Not my favorite from Nonsuch, but still pretty decent. If you like any of the other blueberry beers that have been out in the scene in the last little while, I think you would like this too. But it's definitely different from those. So what can I tell you about Nonsuch? Nonsuch is located in the Exchange District, Winnipeg. They've been open, I believe it was 2016 that they opened. Prior to that, the space was occupied by a company called the Peg Brew Company. Peg Brew was very nice, but they didn't last for whatever reason. But Nonsuch seems to be very successful in that space. They're located right behind the Manitoba Museum, where there is this replica boat of a boat called the Nonsuch. There's a little village built around it, everything. It's kind of the highlight of the whole museum. I remember being there as a kid, like just always wanted to go and crawl around on the boat and stuff. So it's named after that because it's right across the street from there. You could go to the Nonsuch and then go to the Nonsuch. I've done that. So yeah, that's kind of where the name comes from. The decor is beautiful. So when they first opened, they kind of opened in stages. On the side that first opened up, and I'm pretty sure it was 2016. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. Was it 2016 or 2017? When was my cousin Mark here? Because he was there for that grand opening. 2018? I think they opened in 2018. Let's go with that. So the first side of it that opened, like it's kind of a Peg was a giant space. This is like a brew pub, whereas this was just a place with a little tap room. It coincided the grand opening with the Nuit Blanche Festival, which is a huge art festival that exists all over the place, including here in Winnipeg. And so it was kind of done as an art installation. They put all these umbrellas up on the ceiling, and it's really cool. It's a very funky, stylish space. And then when they opened up the other side, now they're offering food as well. They opened up the other side, and it's also very, very stylish and funky looking. It's, definitely the most artsy looking brewery that we have in the city. It doesn't go for that kind of typical brewery sort of look with, I don't know, a lot of wood and brass. I don't know. It's got a very distinct kind of look. There's no restaurant or anything in town that quite looks like this place on the inside. All right, so next up, very excited about this one. It's one of my favorite offerings that Nonsuch has. It's the mango sour. So they first put this out last year, and they've tweaked the recipe. I find that this is best enjoyed cold. Stick it in your freezer. Get a bucket of ice, whatever you got. You want this nice and cold. And there is a definite difference from what they put out last year. Last year's it very much tasted like very similar to their dry hopped sour, just with a hint of mango in there. But this one, it's quite different. I really like it. First tried it about a week ago. Was very happy with it, and can't wait to have another one right now. I just pulled this out of the freezer, so I know it's going to be good. I know it looks like I'm drinking just a big old glass of orange juice. I'm probably going to enjoy it more than that big old glass of orange juice, to be honest with you. Yeah, very, very light on the nose, not getting much there. So let's go in for a taste and see what this is really like. Man, that's refreshing. So it's a bit of a thicker mouthfeel. It's got a little more body to it than it had than the original version of it had. I don't find it very sour. It's a sour beer, but I don't. I'm getting just. I'm not really getting that sort of. I'm not puckering my face up too much or anything. This is 5.7% alcohol. Considered a strong beer on the label, but I've had much stronger beers than this from Nonsuch. I feel like 5.7 from them is, taking things lightly. The blueberry, just to jump back to the blueberry ginger, that was 5.4. Not considered strong. So it's that extra 0.3% that really drives that through the roof, apparently. This is super nice, great summer beer. If you like fruity beers, you're gonna like this for sure. That's the Nonsuch Brewery. As I said, I'm gonna cover their offshoot brand called Vessel Beer on my next episode because Vessel, the stuff they do with Vessel is completely different from this stuff. This is, these are variations on traditional beers. What they do with Vessel's a little more out there. So, I look forward to trying some of that with you. So, until next time, take care of yourselves and, enjoy a nice glass of orange juice. Drink local, stay safe. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.
go home.